Brilliant, thank you. Next, Brian. Building a social media strategy around original content, a case study. And, yeah, sure. You can use this if you want your hands-free.
That work? No, this one. I wish, since I'm going to talk about social media, I wish that the product that Carl showed was around today. We could try to see how to promote it via Facebook and Twitter and other forms of social media. Maybe it would be more successful. I'm Brian Blum, and I'm the founder of Bloom Interactive Media, which is a social media consulting and content creation firm in Jerusalem. And what I want to talk about today is, as we just heard, building a social media strategy around original content. And that probably seems like a fairly obvious statement, that you need original content, but it was something that I missed, and I'm supposed to be consulting in this area, and I completely blew it, so I wanted to share a case study about my mistakes and how you can avoid them. And I hope that social media fits in well with today's topic, today's conference, because it seems to be something that many, many companies are doing and many companies are involved with. In fact, let me ask the question, how many people here are providing social media services to other companies, to other firms? Okay, great. Well, it's the primary way that most firms address social media is through status updates and linking, and that's where I started from as well. You work with a company, you start posting about what the company's doing, you post links to other sites, and you basically are doing it very simply. And that excuse me, that doesn't really work. It comes at it from the wrong way. What I discovered is that you need to create original content, that is content that you, the company, or you, the consultant, create, that tells a story, something with a beginning, middle, and end, and that is unique to the company. And then you build your social media strategy around that content. So the content is the backbone for everything that you do in social media, rather than starting with creating the sites and creating the Facebook and the Twitter and then adding content afterwards. And as I said, it sounds simple, but it's something that I missed for a client that I was working with. Now there's 3 types of original content that I tend to work with. One is, and probably the most important, is profiles. Profiles of individuals that the firm is working with or is helping. In the case of nonprofits, individuals who are receiving benefits from the nonprofit, receiving financial or emotional support. A second kind of content would be information about the organization itself and its activities, but again, written as a story rather than, today we're having an event at such and such location. We're trying to tell a story around it. And a third would be, if it's appropriate, fundraising kinds of pitches. And again, that works very well for nonprofits. So the case study I want to talk about right now is a nonprofit called Shavei Yisrael. They're in Jerusalem. And what Shavei Yisrael does is they work with lost and hidden Jewish communities around the world. So some of the communities that they work with include a group of Chinese Jews in the city of Kaifeng, China, who have a long history of over 1,000 years of being in China, who had synagogues and mikvahs and a whole community, and now have dwindled to about 150 people. So Shavei Yisrael helps them. Another group that you may have heard of are the Bnei Anusim, which are also known as Marranos in many cases, and these are Jewish communities in Spain and other places that were forced to convert to Christianity after the Inquisition, during the Inquisition in 1492. And there are other communities as well. I want to talk about one specifically, is what's called the Bnei Menashe. And the Bnei Menashe are a community that started in Israel. Their tradition is that they were exiled from Israel by the Assyrians, was one of the 10 lost tribes. They traveled through what is modern-day Afghanistan and Iran, made their way up to China, where there is a tradition that they helped build the Great Wall of China, before eventually settling in northeastern India near the border with Burma. There are 1,400 of the Bnei Menashe in Israel today, 7,000 still remaining in the states of Manipur and Mizoram in India. So I was asked by my client, Shavei Yisrael, to promote on social media what we could with the B'nai Menashe. So we started with original content. That's the whole point of my talk today. And we did that by writing profiles about some of the B'nai Menashe. One of the B'nai Menashe that I was particularly interested in is a girl named Dina Samte. She's 15 years old. She's a self-taught pianist and singer, and she's also blind. And she's living now in Israel, and she's singing and trying to go to school for the first time, at an actual blind school, because there was no